I've got nothing to say to you.
Hi, gendarme. Another rendezvous. I am. So are you. What brings you here? You did? And how did you like him? Ah, shoot. A visitor from the first world. To his opportunities in Occident, sur la clé. Still. Or is it just money? Friends, I told you. That it is. On Sundays. He has keys. And he likes... What about me, gendarme? Oh yes, let's see. Nothing. That I didn't see anything. Why shouldn't he? What friend? No, I don't think nothing. That I didn't see any. What friend? No, muscular, handsome, strong. Like one of those. Yes, but he was speaking to someone on his earpiece. Yes, you know those tiny speaker micro. Just reporting back whatever I was telling him. Oh, let me think. He had an accent. He sounded vaguely Oranese. Sure. Anything else? Admiring the atmosphere. What about you, officer? Well, here's to you.
It's the sports. He's a sports guy.
Bye-bye, Jean.
Yes? What is it? Okay.
What? No. No. There are universal standards of...
Jean, he's not right. Treat him like you treat Mako.
Yes, and I'm wondering...
Yes? Did you want something from me? Of course I'm with him. Why do you ask?
You're an asshole.
Please, let's not turn this into another exchange, okay?
It means I'm a patroller.
God damn it, you leave her alone.
Can I actually...
Yes, of course. Preposterous. He might be wearing a disguise.
Yes, it's a hobby of mine.
As if waiting for some kind of reaction.
Oh, hello, dear. There.
The man ponders his cooking.
Wow, that really sucked.
It's safe to say this is about your karaoke performance.
I get it. You were...
It's you again. What is it? It's you again. What is it? It's you again. What is it?
I don't know what.
It's you again. What is it?
I don't know what went wrong.
It's you again. What is it?
I don't know what went wrong.
It's you again. What is it?
I don't know what went wrong the last time. You have.
It's you again. What is it?
Convince Titus he's being manipulated? Bad idea. Bringing her up will do no good. You should know by now. But you know someone who might. Fat Angus, the powerful guy. Mr. O. Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about these men and outside under the rising sun. Tattered and in ruins, the windows of the cafeteria aglow with her morning light. Huh? He'll get it. Go on.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get...
The man's fists under the table are balled.
Yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right, Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do in the Wild North.
It wasn't that. It wasn't... We...
That's it. That's the weak one.
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
He's onto you. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was...
Shut up, Angus!
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis! Stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't the... Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
What just happened between these two? You're in. He's all yours. Questions?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue. I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them.
Hers, you mean?
She's got one of those checkered pasts. The shot could have missed. Could have been...
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Trained. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what...
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again.
In a manner of speaking, we had help from another girl. It was her idea to hang him. Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
A little too far there, but...
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway. Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to. Me too.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death.
Another...
Cause the girls asked us to.
Girls plural? There's another girl?
Did she kill...
Cop, I have no idea.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he...
Klasia came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died. I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy, too.
That's okay with the fat man. Still wheezing.
We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking... dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged. Nah, he's my brother. He's...
Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess.
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own. They can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. They're powerful, connected to the Moral Intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says...
That's all he knows.
And why would you help someone like that?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martin.
The lieutenant gives a smile.
You do that.
Suddenly, the wind picks up outside. You hear it rattling the log.
She... Klasia... came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go.
Still, after all this headache...
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a...
We'll take that into account.
It's always good to see you.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
I understand.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
I didn't lie. Not a lot. I've done my...
'Tis true. The lady hath...
It was a mistake. I'm...
This is good. Clear the air. Is it? Shush. I can't let the miss speak. She's tall and thin.
Why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
I am not. There is...
You're right. You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern. You share a database with them. You send people to their just business, but bad business for some people in the moral intern.
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have any...
Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean. Okay. He was in a kneeling position. He had just entered me. I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see.
A great pain moves through her.
I knew he was dead.
You were right. He did enjoy the moment of his death.
I don't... How did you...
You asked her before if he enjoyed it. She avoided it. How did I not discern it was a lie?
He just had a hunch. Detectives...
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on. I bit the pillow, not to scream, then ran downstairs. I waited for the second shot to come.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to...
Oh. Yeah. It was a real...
What time was this? When did it happen?
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the...
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line.
This doesn't fit with the testimony of Titus Hardy. He said she was higher than usual.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines.
Good thinking. Clear your head.
Did you hear or see the shooter?
No. Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his... He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room.
Run, woman. Run past them and out into the streets where it's dark and people move. to the lorries at the intersection. As far as you can.
I already ran. I ran from an entire Isola. I can't run any further. Not with these people. It's not nice.
What exactly?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with a bigger company.
I need the names of the companies involved.
The job was Lou's-Duin County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lou-Scop conglomerate.
But she really...
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too. Along with Lou-Scop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive. It is. Many people lost their jobs. A lot of people got hurt. But that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with.
That can wait. Look into her eyes. There's more.
One of them killed themselves because of me. How do you deal with anything? It's all just... How do you do it? There you have it. The way of the warrior. Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time. I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to... Ruby.
The leader?
The Hardy Boys. Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like...
This Ruby, in her phrasing, is entrusted...
Would you say she is the 8th Hard...
Why not?
Does she also party with Ruby, however?
No.
Still, there is something that...
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know. Take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
To produce lividity, matching...
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time.
Oops.
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does. Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys. I was just looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on. His armor, too. It was tough. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. He carried him out. I knew Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her. I don't know. I haven't...
We will need to take this question.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go...
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
What? Why would I put myself through this? He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know.
All kinds of crazy things happen when... It could have been a desire murder. He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun lying around, close to her hand. A military... Now, you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me. He only had his stupid armor. I don't know. His friends have rifles. Maybe those psychos did it?
She might have been a tad disingenuous when she avoided talking about the... Look who's waking up from 1,000 years of sleep.
I've said I'm sorry. What more do you want me to say? I did my best not to lie. It didn't always work. I did not kill him to defend myself from rape. I told you before.
True, sire. 'Tis...
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration.
She's getting scared now of of you. She has the training for it. You've known it since she first greeted you here on this.
What does that mean?
Do drugs?
No. People don't take drugs to kill you. I thought Ravachol would be more enlightened about this. Especially since you've taken them.
The lieutenant gives you. It's not one of respect. You may want to add a clever retort to this one. She looks at you. The lieutenant shares her confusion. Respond with something professional. Now.
Like what? That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break. I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last so they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me. Or I don't know anything anymore.
We can't go after Loose Cap. Not yet. There are other.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing, because I'm an idiot.
Idiot? She's nothing of the sort.
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he...
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes...
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete.
Last week, Angus and Titus's brother...
She nods, silently. He's thinking. Or maybe you should take her to the station, for safekeeping. No, that won't be necessary. Just multi-face. I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up, with force, if you want to continue pushing her. As you look back, you think, so Love did. If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his... She's silent. Remember this silence. The lady is dangerous. People suffer around her.
Yeah. It's easier that way. I don't know. Hello, officer.
Who? What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately, before she further entangles you in her web of lies.
But I haven't done anything illegal.
Failure to aid a police fucking mind get. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in. The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Please, no.
Fragile,
I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself, for gearing up for this betrayal.
Ruby. You've been through there, right? I saw you come out. It leads downstairs. You could have come to the roof through that, then made the shot right here, where I stand. It was...
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone knowing.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there?
Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring antenna. She used to come here to drink on the roof with me, before it got... She has this thing for me, ever since I met her and the boys.
What she's saying is...
And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't. It was not a good meeting.
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she is romantically interested in you?
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her.
And you led her on?
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was...
Yes, but what was their relationship outside this unequal power dynamic?
We spent a lot of time together, listening to the radio and such. She had great milieus, and she was good company.
What was that question about? She's feeding her friend to the wolves here.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too.
This is a familiar theory. You had it too, remember? Could it be that Ruby was covering up after herself? The lynching?
She came over one night, drunk. Said and she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it...
Some of that fear is still with her. What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her. Okay, and what? Arrest the liar. Why? She told us some pretty... Don't arrest her. Push her a bit more, but then let her off. That Ruby theory was solid. And she's beautiful. Her. Stop letting her distract you.
Still? After all this, sir, but I don't deserve to be sent to the moral intern.
She's gearing up for a last stand. This is it.
You have those station calls, right? Where I have to show up at the station or I'll become a fugitive. You can write me one. You don't have to take me in. I know you can do that. Just let me come in on my own. In 2 months.
You do have the form.
By God, she's playing him too.
Everything could change. This city.
There is desperation there, in that silence.
Maybe Ravishol could be free.
A free Ravishol. There is a low, distant rumble on the motor track.
I find that hard to believe, miss.
It's coming.
Okay, well...
The political gambit has failed.
I don't know. To spend my days with smoke, drink, and dance.
She looks at you in silence. Wait. If you arrest her, Kim will have to Shut up. He's making a decision, and it's his to make.
I won't, sir.
I agree. You wouldn't give us your real...
Okay. Okay, it's not. You log your work every week. It's all transmitted to Common, sir. Like I lied before. Like I did at LCSB.
She's not lying now. She really is...
I am. They can never take my...
Yes, they can. For lying.
No. It's submerged in a plastic buoy on the coast.
Falsified documents?
Passport and visa. given to me by my employer. I can't.
Why would they do that?
I didn't show up to a rendezvous. They don't take that lightly.
She fears an arrest right here and now. This has been an awful turn of events for her.
West of the boardwalk, in the reeds, on the coast there. I put it there when I first arrived. Haven't been there. It's useless.
The lieutenant may...
You're welcome to it. It's Katarzyna Elysium. You can call me whatever you want.
She nods, her back ready for the damage. She knows. She nods.
Okay. What?
Her hand trembles. She's only pretending she didn't hear you say, devil woman.
I did. What is... There was an older woman on the other end. It sounded like she...
Anyone could know that, sire.
What time did you...
Thursday night.
It checks out. There may be grounds here.
A little whimper. The young woman hears. She slowly lights another cigarette. You are. This is not the end of this. You clearly see footprints.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
One person has been here. They've gone back everything around you.
It's you again. What is it? Why? You're cuckoo, cop. I'm the only man.
How many times?
Yeah, fuck off!
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile. Ruby's one of us. We're not.
And fuck you
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation...
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how...
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought. A massive activity spike in the amygdala copicum, the part cops use to pin murders on people.
Because she was here.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12?
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No.
That's a lie.
All right. She took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an operation to run from her lorry.
That's probably for the best.
And just because she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically...
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the window. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
How? People say there was a pinball arcade here.
East Delta Pinball Arcade.
Okay, but how'd you get up? There's no...
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Ruby could have gone up, shot him.
That's quite the theory. We need to have...
I'm on it, boss. Right when the law clears, me and Angus are going up.
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift.
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? I don't like guessing, Carl.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key...
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that.
No, the ribbon was old. Faded. It'd been there for 20 years at least.
Why? This doesn't make sense. It's damn.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits. And he knows it.
Footprints.
The tracks were recent, but not worn down in the right foot like Ruby's. It's best to omit this pesky little polemic for now. Too confusing.
What else could you make out? How recent? What size? Horizontal? I see they taught you well in your RCMs. Good news is...
He knows they had to be recent for those lines to still read. This wasn't a failure.
Firmly doesn't go well with coulda, but a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that.
Phase 2. Murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
You lost your gun?
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder? No, you didn't. And Ruby didn't use it.
Stop thinking about your lost gun, damn it.
This was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose his gun. Let's move on.
That looks antique. A Bell McGrave.
20, maybe 30 rifles, Titus. Also broken, but still, there were too many.
God damn it. We need to close that dump down.
Okay, I see your point. There are guns lying around. Damn it. I thought
we just missed one. Ruby doesn't know this place, boss. Just these cops digging up shit.
So
it had to come from a breech-loading rifle. Military grade. This goes against your short-range theory. If the murder...
You don't know. Screw honest. You just showed him a breech-loading gun.
A broken old broomstick is what you showed me. But point taken.
I don't know, cop. Why don't you find your lost gun first?
Easy now.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it, are we? Ruby wouldn't do this.
Phase 3. The big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby. She's got shit.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition. You know, women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to.
Not so useful. Yeah, like what?
The big man falls at...
Yeah, but they're both girls.
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked classier.
Yeah? No. Ruby's got more balls than a ball pit.
Knew what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way...
I did. I knew it. That's... She didn't fuck you. 'Cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with...
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass.
Sort of, but he doesn't have to know that.
That Ruby is queer as cabaret, now that I start thinking about it. I don't know. And that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can...
If that's the case, then it's not right.
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
There's no fucking leadership challenge. Just when
Man, now he's just throwing shit against the...
Okay. We ruled out in...
There's a bit of truth in there for Titus to wreck so...
And I suppose you haven't...
Think about it.
She had, like...
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl, that's all. She...
Time for a logics demonstration.
You're on thin ice.
It's a thought exercise, Titus. Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Alone. I don't drag.
If she used us, then that's a sick...
But she didn't. This is fucking stupid, Titus. This and the queer thing, all of it. Why are more of you defending her? This is fucking
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town and left.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she skipped town. This is good. Silence. The old man, a very small nod. This is the only option.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me, I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. Got real scared, too. She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now, I probably would.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is typical suspect behavior. Why fleeing is always incriminatory.
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then she came in to see me. Told me she was... I told you. You. No, you. As in the cop with...
And a hole in his heart. That first.
Sure. Normal. You know, when I first saw you limping here, I thought, she said you have a funny taste until you have something on her. She said she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now...
It's not an actual silence. He nods.
You are?
Yeah. There was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see...
Scared. You should be, too. A strange fear creeps over you. A metallic taste in your mouth. Change the subject.
She's not far. We know that much. She did...
Good fucking luck, man. She knows this place like...
Yeah, Al. And we won't eat.
She's not really a hardy candidate and...
She's not, Glenn. A little.
Where have you looked for her?
More precisely, on the coast. Sure, there's some shithouses there. A cinder block town. Bishop. I hear they have a shack where junkies some...
We will start there. One more question. What does Ruby...
Boyish. Hair's red. Dyed. She looks like a Lowry. The what now?
She said she's...
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said...
This guy barely understands.
There you have it. Hail something.
It feels like you'll get to know. Soon enough.
It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material. No, he already is a sergeant. Apricot chewing gum scented one. August 2nd, early late summer. You're getting off the streetcar in Le Jardin, east of the river. Her father and mother are middle class. The nylon of her little jacket rustles next to you, in the dark, like autumn leaves. Her heels click on the pavement. You're walking up to the gate in front of her parents' house. She takes out her chewing gum and you kiss her. A feeling like electricity flows through your whole body. Immediately, you know that you've entered a completely different world.
Our tenant, the policeman. Nay, I haven't seen. This is my little cinder block town.
She's being evasive.
There was a murder in Martinez.
Would you now? I know how this world works. Ah, I should have known. This is yet another union mess.
Enough of this. She better start talking right now.
There's not much to tell. People come and go.
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too. As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand and sawdust below. Nothing particular catches your eye. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. A last, you stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. A small cylindrical object. You pull it, the floorboard doesn't care. But maybe the one holding the bullet, you get the feeling. This isn't an... An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection.
Our tenant, the police, damn that girl.
And without anger, a long and...
But you didn't put it there, did you?
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. as I've done before when she's been in trouble, or just look. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into?
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant.
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability.
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think. I cleaned it, like I always do. No.
The truth, sire.
She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age...
This Ruby is an old lady whisperer. She knows how to work the village elder, unlike you.
Did she talk to you much during her last...
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines.
She wanted to talk to her, as they usually do.
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure.
Aye. Do tell. Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops right.
No, she's a fighter.
Not a quitter. She really believes that.
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the boat.
The sun sets.
She isn't what you call a drunk. Even not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtapes, although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that... You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the...
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her. Better for you to stay here, get enough...
The Feld electric mural. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go...
She really means it.
She's a good girl.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone.
I don't think questioning for you.
Then we're definitely...
Uncle.
There's no way.
The legend returns. You know the dance. Smokable smokes, pissable pilsner. Drink it.
Tequila sunset. Can't really remember seeing...
It's a touchy topic. He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Of course. Drink first, story later. Not much, but it will do.
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I called a culture. I developed the paradigm, worked within the paradigm. But the burden of leadership weighed.
That's right. Getting a good run-in's important. Speaking of, when's the last time you did your laps, pork chop?
It helped, truly. With my but now dreams are worn. One day I left on my evening run. As you may know, it's impossible to clear your head when you're distracted.
His eyes are clouded. His dilated blood vessels encircling his irises like sticks.
So I removed the keyring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different pockets to stop the jangling, you see. I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. The reality situation became very wet, okay? It was raining really hard. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down because I slipped, and reality was looking rather grim just then. Me lying on my ass. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment door, fumbling with my pockets, I rang my neighbor's buzzers. It was late, and most people are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best.
Heavy is the head.
Just then, I experienced a moment of clarity. But when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my... Anyway, long story short, life spiraled out of control. I haven't gotten into my apartment for...
He pinches his thigh as if to check whether this...
So, now you've heard my tragic tale. What do you think? Like nothing you've ever heard, huh? I don't remember. That doesn't mean you're wrong, though. Anyway, things have really turned around for you, haven't they? You've got big money Don't be shy, Tequila. Of course I'll do it. I'm your man. Tequila. Tequila. You don't know what you're missing. Now, me, on the other hand, I only provide very high
Great can-do attitude. A billion real mindset. Clinically insane energy. Hire him.
No, Tequila, no. What do you need to know?
What you truly want to know is...
I used to be a moderately...
A subtle smile lights up his puffy...
At the Boom Boom Room, I directed a team of talent architects. People so...
You're after measurable performance, not tales of happy memories. Numbers, please. How many years did he work? What profits did he earn?
Numbers? How about 15 fucking years of jamming art and millions of real generated for clients?
And then he lost it all by going for a jog. Not exactly inspiring.
Okay. Let me get a sip first. You see, net worth means nothing to the people of Martinez. Nada. Null. For them to see your wealth, to really respect that, you need to convert it into something real, something tangible. The bigger the better. The Horseback Monument!
You're aware that monument is supposed to look like it's exploded?
I didn't say renovating.
But what would it cost?
Nothing up front. That's because I always put the client first.
We really haven't got time for this. In case you've forgotten.
And forget about contractors and the like. That's it. I'm back! Sorry about that, my friend. This isn't... I can already see it. Tequila sunset, spelled out in cathode...
This is a good moment to bring up his drinking. He'll get nothing done if...
Whoa there!
Yeah, whoa there.
No need to worry about that. I've got it all under control. Besides, it helps with my... No can do.
Some complex calculations are... Suddenly, you feel sad. Looking at the...
No, you're right. Give me half...
The lieutenant massages his temples and looks down at the ground. There is little time...
Relax. I see you both running around like maniacs.
He turns his swollen face against the snow. Droplets of beer freezing.
Exactly. Just give me a minute or two.
Before you know it, the man has put down the bottle, stood up. You chat a bit, then try to strike up a conversation with "Don't call Abigail" about something. The lieutenant sits silent the entire time. Clearly, we have better things to do than sit. After what feels like ages, you hear the fence creaking as if under a large weight. Look at him. Just look at him. It's idiot Doom Spiral. He's back, like a beast made of jaundice and fetid polypropylene. He returns locked in stiff combat with...
I know. Ran into some problems there.
He can't even walk straight. How did he write your name in cathode rays?
Of course I am. When you're ready, and I just head on over to the Horseback Monument. You'll see.
The lieutenant closes his note.
But if there's anything else, you're all good.
You of all people should empathize with this.
I was...
If it sounds like it...
I know. What?
You really shouldn't.
That's because you're poor.
Off.
A good...
And yeah, if I knew somewhere north of here, that's for sure. I'm all ear. What's...
I spot.
Shut up. I did...
That, speaking of, when's the...
But now, one day
His
I was halfway done. I made ouch. So I made my eye. People are
heavy.
But when anyway,
he pinched.
So now you've heard my tragic tale. I can't really.
He really has no idea.
I do, but as you can see, my fuel tank is running quite low. If you catch my drift, then I can't keep on.
The Jamrock Shuffle.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in
a snazzy shit-ripped.
Yeah, tribal.
Well, I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality.
I can tell you who we're not.
Which is not to say that
the part of this presentation you want to take home with you. You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
The Skulls are the most vicious gang of
the nastiest bunch of psychos ever.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual. A testament to the violence and death he's witnessed.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock. Or you can find them
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive. Murder? Yeah, sure. We'll glad...
Also, he was hanged. He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah.
These punks don't know anything.
Hey! Stop right there! How does one...
Sure. Oh, yeah. Cindy's a...
Yeah. A true...
by the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
Odd. There isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're pissed. And the lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Oh man, yeah!
Be wary.
Probably because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat. But
Hey!
Yeah, we're not franchise because we can be just...
But in a non-threatening and
We'll fuck the system from the inside later.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned.
Apart from the unions that...
Don't you worry about that.
Yeah, we are. Mm-hmm. What about them? Well, first off, the word piss. Also, you've got to admit what I mean.
Like,
I'm wondering...
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl. You get because...
Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets, and your lack of imagination is baffling, but you do make up for it with, yes, no. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary.
What? No!
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it...
Whoa! You boys are ambitious.
He gets it.
Shut the fuck up! Are you trying to get us killed?
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, Start shouting.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want?
You got it. No need for cruelty.
Oh, man. Okay.
Fuck.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you. This case doesn't require...
Cold-hearted cop.
The need will not...
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street...
I don't know, Eric.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island. It is surrounded by scaffolding that has been haphazardly erected around it. A matrix of metal tubes and wooden planks jut out at odd angles. A miserable tarpaulin covers up the horse and rider, flapping in the cold coastal air. There are no lights that spell out your name. No workers with calloused hands leering from above. Just, that son of a bitch scammed you. This is not what that personal brand strategist of yours promised. No one even knows that you're paying for this reconceptualized. The old king looks a matrix. The old king, a silver plaque on not a good track.
Tequila sunset. No one does it better than me, eh? I was able... Listen, I can feel it in my guts. A bright future awaits you. The one and only Of course not. Your trademark will be all over it as soon as... I guarantee the papers will pick it up once it's all fit.
Papers? Maybe she'll read the papers. A woman is sitting by the kitchen table, eating buttered toast and drinking herbal. Hey, your new personal brand strategist still hasn't laid up. The strike might take forever. Maybe you should just cut your losses while you can.
Tequila, you know it isn't that easy yourself. I promise you. What would...
Here's a man who knows...
But we...
Very nice. You could be... Don't spend anything else.
Yes? Yes? Yes?
Nothing is...
Waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards.
Remarkable.
It's a good thing, too, that he has an actual police officer looking for it. Good old doom spiral. Upper management to the core. Not the best I'm sure you have.
She's genuinely rooting for you, sire.
Waves are beginning to die down.
Oh yes, she does. You need to get your drink on. There is no other way for...
Okay. Where's this going? Absurdly and point...
She doesn't even understand. He asked her out. Perhaps you're too sober to pull it.
I'll just keep the corda leche in the channel, if that's okay. It's too... Aye, ma'am. Of course. Jetty.
Something about the way she says it makes you want...
Oh, Jetty. It's good to see you here, detectives.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally. This cluster of buildings isn't on any of the official maps, as far as I can tell.
That. And she's also keeping an eye on you.
Spying has such... Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the corda leche.
What is this? Destruction of property? Hooliganism?
No need. Lily... How do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The smell of salt.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name, all the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there? I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up to Martinez. Dull grey metal rests in her scabbard.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
Real men, real politics, Real thoughts in your head.
Oh, I'm not...
Above you, there forms a quilt of alto cumulus. Their cloud shadows slide over the ruin.
Have I told you how they discovered this place? No. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left these people in an oblivion of poverty. I knew you would sympathize. Remind me to tell you one day. For now, how can I assist you in this new location? Of course. I hear you have singled out...
You see a once bright mural towering above you. The signage has peeled off over the years, but a slogan used to intertwine with the loops a long time ago. Now, only a shadow of peeled letters remains. It says, "Tomorrow is just a whisper away."
Looks like tomorrow never came.
Above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken windows set in wood. There's something in the wind. Sometimes the only way to go forward is to fail first.
In there? She could. Or she could be in the identical room over there. Or...
Why single out this one building?
Maybe we could, you know, ask the man who's...
Great idea.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be...
Nice to meet you.
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49. No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officer. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it? It's a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into Worms lately.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence of a professor. Or so.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with this one.
So you haven't seen...
No, I'm sorry. As I said...
There's something friendly and familiar in how he's telling the truth.
Aha! What not a lot of people know it.
Hold on. What's R&D?
That's not surprising. Only a bit. They started out as a midway electron... Still. Tricentennial. It was here in Martinez. An elegant folding mech, which is a feat of engineering, even to...
He assumes something like a combat stance.
Indeed.
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never made it. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that...
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear.
Yes. To lure in... yes, they even built...
A pleasure...
Perhaps...
Yes. To lure in their star... It's a beautiful piece. I tried to get...
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover of the book.
Back 10 years ago...
Wait, he did it. This is all Ninsy-Pinsy.
The Wumpty Dumpty Dump Center for Contemporary Arts. The exhibition itself, true... in fact, I'm not. The Wumpty Dumpty Dump Center. But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As even one would be very... Who knows? Maybe it was an accident. But of course, what else? I do have some...
He's not gonna give you money. What are you doing? Clearly you were just profiling.
Of course, Detective. I wouldn't have assumed anything. I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the Vespertine Department of Justice has published a rather... If not, then you definitely should. If not for tips and tricks. No, thanks to you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying, Feld Electric. There's still some unused change in there. The machine waits for a number to be done. Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height, stand shut in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornament. An old door, worn by elements. Nothing's. There's some tear, an empty...
Hold on. Looks like he's been dead for a while. I'm surprised no one found him before you came along. Looks like one of the locals. But that's just a lazy assumption.
At least this man knew how to party. Imagine the same... This is an omen, a sign from above that you need to stop drinking.
The wedding ring. But let's try to not run ahead. For now, oh, death by misadventure. No, I don't see anything that points in that direction.
Yes, but what if there's a killer on the loose? 2 suspicious deaths in such a short time frame.
A sequence killer? There's nothing that connects those 2 bodies.
What if all of this is staged? He could have seen something that night in the yard.
Yes, but I just wanted to make it clear it's not a sequence killer, okay? Oh yes, some symptoms of acute... But I think that death arrives through... What about it? The deceased ate some kebab.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
They'll seal this place off after the... Not that sealing it off would keep anyone... It does seem to be a pretty... From where I stand, I can see 2 options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for... A field autopsy isn't necessary if the code... I'd say we should just write down head trauma and leave it at that. Let's keep this detour. Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guys at process... Alright, we've already examined the library card. And while we're there, we should also call the station. Let them know that we are taking the case.
There's some 2... No.
A truck.
He shakes his head with...